All right, everybody, welcome to the seventh and final week of the Swiss rounds in the Super Metroid Randomizer Multi-Cat Tourney. This week, the settings are, as some people said, set to yes, or described as the kitchen sink. Basically, everything is on. It's a full countdown, rando start, full area, and boss shuffle. So basically the most random stuff that this tournament could throw at you. It's all set to on in this week, so yeah. So like I said last week, I don't actually feel that much pressure. Like, I'm already beyond what I thought my top tier was. I am facing Farfelu, who, again, another better player than me. This week, actually, the records are a bit different. So mine at 5-1, I was actually there's some scoring system in Swiss. I think it's called like buckles, something like that. Farfelu was the highest rated 4-2 player. So basically, like, his strength of schedule, or whatever you want to call it, was the highest out of all the 4-2 players. And my 5-1 record, mine had the lowest strength of schedule, basically. So because there was an uneven amount of 5-1 players, one of us had to face, a 4. Actually, no, there was an even amount, I believe. But one 5-1 player had to face a 6-0 player, I believe. I think that's how it was. In any case, I got matched up with the highest rated 4-2 player, which happened to be Farfelu. So in here, I am already in the play-in. This is for a spot to go straight to the playoffs for me. For Farfelu, it's a little different. He has to win to get into the play-in, and if he loses, he's out of the tournament period. So it's a little more pressure on Farfelu. So yeah, he might have some uncharacteristic struggles if he feels a little bit more pressure, which I'm kind of hoping for. Again, I don't actually feel that much pressure entering this week, but I do want to beat Farfelu. Him and MM2Nest Cartridge, who was one of the admins for this tournament. Back in the SMZ3 co-op tournament, the last one that we played, myself and Leno got faced up against Farfelu and MM2Nest Cartridge. So yeah, they beat us because I told Leno to do a thing because I thought a certain item was going to be required, and yeah, if I hadn't done that, Leno would have found something else that would have really have helped us. But yeah, they beat us in that tournament, so I kind of want to give Farfelu a little payback for that, but we'll see. Everything is set to on. Farfelu is a much better, execution player than I am, and he's also really good at random. Again, Super Metroid is full of people who are good at both things. Really good at execution and solid, and at minimum, at the randomizer. Farfelu is more than solid at random. He's very good at it. So yeah, even though it's completely random, I'd say probably in terms of like actual like rando experience, knowledge, and decision making, we're probably, for me at best we're equal. Farfelu's probably better than I am at that. So again, I'm completely disadvantaged here, but it's fun. This week playing for fun. So without anything else, we'll just go ahead and get right in and see what happens.
Oh, hello, Speed Gaming. Hello, in the future, YouTube. Welcome to week 7. We finally reached it. We are at the precipice.
It all comes down to this. There are playoff implications on the line. I am Leno. We got Tracy co-commenting today. How you doing, Tracy?
I'm doing good, yeah. I think this is the first race this week that actually has playoff implications. This is an interesting one because those of you sitting at 4-2, yeah, you have a rooting interest. Actually, even the 5-1s, You definitely have a rooting interest here because Shy Guy or Metroid MST is at 5-1. Farfelu at 4-2. So if Metroid MST wins, he's just in and Farfelu's just out. But if Farfelu wins, then they're both in the play-in race at 5-2. So a lot of things on the line here.
Now, the settings we have for this week, we have full complete random start. We have full area countdown, full area, and boss shuffle. We have everything today.
Yeah, as a few people have said, just yes. Everything, just yes.
Yes.
And we get a green Bryn start, which is really nice. I've seen some seeds so far where green Bryn is super late. And 3 items here, which of course one of them has to be Morph Ball.
Oh, the store spawns start even.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen this start spot before.
I was expecting the one next to the elevator.
Yeah, same. I guess that one's at the elevator. There's our Morph Ball right away. We can check one other item in this area. Probably has to be some sort of explosive, I think. Or maybe a super missile. It's got to be something useful.
Possibility it could be screw attack, but I would say it's
Yeah. It could be like screw speed to get back towards the other part of Green Bryn, but it's a super missile, so we are going to be forced to go to the right.
Get 2 connectors this way. We'll get some good early intel. Let's see where. Okay, MSC's just gonna get the pipe missile first.
Okay, hi Varia.
And we
also hi Turian. Okay, that's
wow.
So you have to go you're gonna have to go almost all the way back to start to get to Turian. Okay, we're gonna have no choice but to go through this other connector. We still can't go back through Green Bryn Star at all. Yeah, chat suggested this might lead to Norfair. I think that makes a lot of sense. If this were Upper Norfair.
Given various placement, I would agree with that. Like, there could be some rude routing.
Or Red Tower, you know. We can check one. No, we can check 2 items here. Yeah, there's 2 items.
Spacer and
we can do Alpha Peeves. Now,
Yep.
I don't think you want to. Oh, okay, that's criteria. You're gonna want to go. Oh wow, 5 items. So you're gonna want to go back there pretty soon. But I think what Farfelu's doing, and I really like this. Gonna do a quick check of Spacer, since we do have super missiles and can do it. Don't get grabbed by the yapping maw, please.
And if it happens to be something that they can use right away, that'd be fantastic. Even if it's just like an energy tank, they'll probably welcome that as well.
Or it could be Spring Ball, which is nice. I like Spring Ball. It, right at the moment, does nothing. Yeah, and you don't really want to go up here. Like, there's an entrance we can check. That's not too bad. We could go all the way up to Alpha Peeves, but we risk soft locking, getting stuck there, because we can't get back. And criteria is 5 items, so it makes a lot of sense to just do as much of criteria as you can.
Runners were in perfect sync there for a solid 10-15 seconds. Shoutouts to them, by the way.
And now we get to jump all over here because we still have no explosives or anything that breaks blocks. Let's see if they take a ship save. MST gonna go ahead and take a ship save. Farfelu decides not to.
MST,
I kind of like early saving often in these modes just because weird things can happen. It's not even just weird things. Like, you could go all the way down to Blue Bryn and like all the items are elsewhere.
And there's only 3 items they can get to currently with their item set. The BT bombs, which is just a missile, the Morph Ball pedestal, and the ceiling in Blue Bryn. That all counts as criteria, I believe, under these settings.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, that's correct. Looks like that's going to be the answer. MSG says, you know what? I don't need those missiles badly enough to fight BT. I kind of like that decision. If it were literally any other ammo pack, I pick it up, even if it's just a second super pack.
Yep.
But we're gonna get plenty of missiles. I mean, in full, you just tend to run into them everywhere anyway. Because yeah, with the variant tweaks on, the BT fight is dependent on whether you grab the item or not, as opposed to whether you have bombs or not.
I wonder what they're gonna find down here.
Oh, there's gotta be. I mean, it could just be ammo. It could just be power bombs to be able to go back up and do things. But there's gotta be some sort of progression here. More supers. We'll take those.
Yep, even there's never a thing as too many supers, unless you have full beam combo. At least from my experiences. I don't know how you feel about that.
I like to pick up a lot of supers until, yeah, a freeze and be, oh my god, okay, free seed. We've already got both suits. Let's just finish the, we still need some sort of charge beam or ammo. We still need something to get across, get past bot wound, which might just be a Dragon kill, but Seed being very generous very early in terms of suits, and high jump boots is also a really nice find.
I was gonna say
no power bombs yet.
Yeah, no power bombs. I was gonna say with that high jump and spring ball, we could have some Supless Meridia shenanigans going on. Obviously not a non-issue.
Nope, not an issue. No suitless today. No, I shouldn't say no suitless. No suitless in this seed.
Yep.
I won't speak for any other race.
Various suit was at the pipe missile on Stairway, all the way back to the start.
So we still have no
bombs.
Explosives. Where are their explosives?
There. Let's see here. They probably have to. Oh, you know what? Spore spawn.
Oh. Oh yeah. We can get back to it. We can get right back there. That's the only place we can go back to. Let's see what they do.
Now, obviously, in the runner's case, you don't want to check spore spawn without a guaranteed way out, because you're soft locked if you commit to that. And I fully agree with that assessment. You weren't
doing it at the beginning. I mean, yeah, with the super missile, you could have done it right away. But so this is going to be a little trickier. These missiles might matter. Hopefully, Shy Guy goes ahead and takes a refill here. MSD, go refill your supers. Because here's the problem with Spore Spawn. Spore Spawn does not drop supers during the fight. Now, 7 is more than enough to finish it. But if you miss a couple, now you're in trouble.
Could be an issue. The spores drop missiles for days.
Yeah, so farfelu, he could use all his ammo and just have a terrible, terrible fight, but he will never run out of missiles. Oh yeah, and chat also pointing out one way to alpha peeps, also a thing.
There are 2 connectors up there as well, so that could be the answer.
It could. Now, I kind of like that choice as well. However, what I don't like is I don't know that either one's saved. Of course, we get one more connector before we have to make that commitment.
Yes. Ideally, this connector mid-tower brings him to Norfair, and it's an easy decision.
Interesting that both chose to wall jump up the left side there, but they had the high jump boots that lets them do it the intended way, not the rando way where we cut that block out. Oh, hey, more criteria.
Well, I mean, this is another item.
It is a item. and an entrance. Looks like Farfelu's gonna check the entrance first. It's the tube entrance, so it's right back to Redburn Star. And just a super. Okay. Okay, so now decision time. Spore spawn or... yeah. Unfortunately, there's no good place to save right now.
Yep.
Unless you save at Spore spawn. If you commit to the red tower play, there's no saving. Like, there's nowhere to go. I would save at the ship and then choose one.
Something MST could have done is clip through the tube and then get back to Green Brim.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Oh, far.
Yeah, Simo's got a good point. You have two suits. You have two exits. Chances are something's going to be behind that. Just you just think about when you think about that choice to make. You are talking about a one-way trip. You're not coming back down.
This is a bit of a gamble because if we get, like, say, lava dive, that could be an issue.
They can do lava dive though. They've got both suits and they got high jump.
they can, but without bombs, they really can't.
They can't go anywhere. Yeah, I mean, they'd be forced into GT.
Oh no!
It's a missile, so it's not power bombs. So it's got to be, if this is the answer, and if it's not Spore Spawn, it's going to be one of these connectors. Now, both runners are in basically the same position. I don't think farfelu has any saves. MST has one.
Oh no!
Speaking of lava dive, did you just speak that into existence?
I'm sorry, chat. I did not mean to will it.
This would be an awful GT fight if that's what they're supposed to do. You can get the... I mean, you can go the back way and get... But you can't get out. No, wait, we can. We have Spring Ball. You can go the... Okay, Upper Norfair. This is much better. This is much better.
MST... Oh yeah, realizing that without a Spring Ball jump...
And the back way also. D-Web, our wonderful tracker, pointing out the back way requires power bombs anyway. Not sure what Shy Guy was thinking about. Now, there's only one major here, but we don't really need a major so much as we need power bombs. What is your... They're both going...
Are they checking?
Oh, yeah, they can't do anything in Red Tower. Not Red Tower, they can't do anything at Bubble Mountain. Because...
They don't have bombs, they
don't have bombs. I think they're skipping some... I think it is Spore Spawn. I think Spore Spawn is the answer, because I don't know that the game is supposed to let you go this way without something to get through it properly.
Right.
But this is going to lead towards a few more connectors they can do...
Okay, there's a power bomb pack at Croc Escape. There's meme route. Ooh.
Jeez. We can get to Croc Escape. That's completely. I mean, high jump plus spring ball gets us that, and that actually could be our 10 power bombs right there.
Could be. I don't know if it's in logic with this set, but it could definitely be.
No, it is. It's high jump plus spring ball. Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
You can't spring ball jump that without high. Well, okay, you can spring ball jump that without high jump. It involves an extra little bit of a D-boost. I've seen a real cutie pull it off. Is definitely not in logic. But logically speaking, high jump plus spring ball will do it. And the game has kindly provided us with both those items.
There's a missile at the high jump. We have a second energy tank at the missile spot. Okay, yeah, we're good on energy now. Now, this could end up being really bad for MST. If he does not find any power bombs up here in Bubble Mountain, he's gonna have to go the long way, all the way back around.
Yeah, and there's the major item. That is maybe good news for MST, because now he's just looking for those power bombs. farfelu is going to keep looking for the item potentially after he checks these two entrances.
Oh, hi, Croc. With 2 items.
2 items? Yeah, I could see doing this.
I think I'd take this fight. Yep, MST, you don't have power bombs. You can't go back. You can't go back route. I like the diversions that our runners are showing early. we can get a lot of intel as viewers pretty quickly here.
And just regular bombs at Croc. Well, not just. We still have one more item. Funny enough, those bombs mean we can now get to all of the items in LN, because it's a really awful bomb jump to have to do, but the pantry item can be gotten to with bombs.
Yep. There is a tricky spring ball wall jump you can do, which some other runners can do and probably would do.
Yeah, I've seen. I know he's not the only one to do it, but I know Ossie's done it. So it's one of those types of tricks. Certainly not in logic, but now we have bombs, so the item is in logic. Of course, if it's not the major, it doesn't matter. So MST probably going to continue to check Upper Norfair here.
Oh, farfelu potentially setting up for a spring ball jump.
Yeah, that's how he's going to want to get this item here. Okay, here we got some power bombs.
Now, I am surprised that maybe farfelu doesn't know. You can just, with high jump boots, just get to that door, that ledge, from the platform. We find the other major, it's the X-ray, and we have supers galore.
Yeah, that's it. Those are some nice supers. So MST probably going to just go through Cathedral. We'll check that item as he goes through. Probably ends up in Croc as well. We'll see if he chooses to do Croc. We'll see if Croc is as hot this week as he was last week. Well, I think last week might be something about the way Chozo interacts with Light Area that just made like half the seeds have major progression at Crocomire. Okay, so now we're going to see the MSC go back to the transition here. Meantime, we find...
Light Area!
Yeah, what is this? Light Area? Because we've seen both Croc and Kraid off of Upper Norfair.
Powerbomb block, powerbomb. Hey, no,
I would take those.
I would take that.
I would take those.
That's your 15. That's your safety number. I would definitely go with
honestly, I probably would have just laid a power bomb and grabbed almost anything that was there. An extra E-tank would be nice right now. Any extra ammo would be nice. This could be Ridley. And we see MST in East Meridia, and he's thinking about it. Do I stay here? There's one item.
He's gonna check sandpits. I wonder if he does snail clip first.
He might do snail clip. This is something that I was talking about in chat during an earlier race. I don't think snail clip ever ended up getting put in logic, because when we created the logic for what we call season races logic, we were making it for major minor, and so sandpit's not ever relevant in terms of logic in major minor. Something that we need to fix. Yeah, one wreck ship major. That's not a lot. But an extra super pack is never bad. MSC still only had 5 missiles. I hope he gets a few more before this Fantoon fight that farfelu is doing right now, because
he's gonna have a hard time doing
five missile Fantoon is nobody's idea of a good time. So I think we're gonna see some safe scum. No, we're just gonna do that, check, and leave. This is fine. Like, safe scum in the sandpits is slow. You might not get the item, and the item might not matter, and you still have all this Upper Norfair to explore. So
yep,
this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I do agree with the decision, because if it's the item you want to keep, you have to go all the way back around. So yeah, I fully agree with this decision to just not scout it right now. And we didn't touch on it, but we do have at least one boss shuffled. Well, 2 actually. Fantoon is at Kraid today.
Yeah, the seed will not allow all the bosses to be in their vanilla locations. Yeah, take that.
Yep, there you go.
Want that missile. MST already passed Ridley ammo though, so he's gonna be able to go into this boss fight over at Kraid when he gets there a lot more comfortably than farfelu did. Probably doesn't even need to take a save if he doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, he's got enough energy for anything that shows up. He could probably just blind charge that if he wanted to. Whether or not he does is another story.
Yeah, some runners will just in case it's one of the harder bosses, will take the save anyway. Although MST is famous for saying saves are for the weak.
Yep.
So we'll see what his decision is.
And it's not the first one, but we have our infamous Cathedral Power Bomb.
Yeah, that's right. But it wasn't first powerbomb, so.
Yep.
Now, an interesting question with regular bombs, farfelu almost certainly able to do a crystal flash clip if he wants to. Maybe he just goes ahead and does
Batuin right now.
East Meridia right now. The problem with that is his ammo is still really awful.
Yep.
If you'd hate to do CF clip to get to Ridley and have ammo like this. Okay, MST gonna take Croc. Fortunately, this was a very quick Croc. Okay items.
I wonder if MST turns around after getting the bombs. Like, he knows one more major's here, but does he scout the rest of the area?
I can't imagine leaving. If you're gonna commit to Croc because it's got 2 items, I think it's because you want to pick up the 2 items.
Yeah, probably.
Right, farfelu doing these checks is gonna get a couple extra supers, so now we'll be much more comfortable if a Ridley fight comes up. It might inform his decision of what to do with East Meridia. No, okay, no, he's leaving.
All right.
I mean, it's X-ray. X-ray, the amount of time X-ray would save, it might not save any time because we don't know when Charge and Plasma are going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense to just leave it for now. I mean, it makes sense that it won't come back to bite Shy Guy if he decides to just never go back to it. And I don't think he'll ever come back to it.
Yeah, obviously he doesn't know that, so it could be looming in his mind later if he's looking for a gold item potentially. But there isn't.
It's gonna be it's gonna be so far out of the way by then that I can't imagine you're gonna want to prioritize it. And there's still like 2. I think there's still 2 more criteria items. There's at least 1 wreck ship item that's gonna be available for them when they get there. We have some an East Meridia item.
Oh, MST filling up on the power bombs, or not the power bombs. The
Yeah, the supers. If this is Ridley, you want to have the supers ready. farfelu also skipping the reserve tank. Also, 10 missiles, still not a very comfortable Fantoon fight. This is what you would typically go in a low percent ice run. Like the difference between 10 and 15, the difference between 5 and 10 is very noticeable. Difference between 10 and 15, also very noticeable. 15 and 20 is about where it stops being a big deal, and then once you get past 20, it's just all the same. Let's see what farfelu decides to do with East Meridia.
He did not hesitate. He went right in.
And he's still missing the major in Norfair. He's right by it.
Oh, he's got a snail clip from there. Oh, that's
you can do that.
That's a setup I've not seen before.
Yeah, I've seen a few different people do that. And now he's got plenty of supers to be comfy if he runs into Ridley.
Oh, farfelu's gonna farm up. I think he's going for Crystal Flash Clip.
Yeah, I don't think this is the best place to farm. I guess there's no crabs here. There's no good place to farm power bombs here then. I think there are crabs in Aqueduct. There aren't. It feels like there's shit. You forget that they're in the next room over, but the next room over isn't the normal next room over anymore. I do expect to save here regardless.
Yep, just in case something goes wrong or he misses it. He has one extra.
He has one
attempt.
shot. Yeah, oh, no, you're right. He's got 2 attempts. The other thing is, you might end up reaching East Meridia from the back later. And at that point, maybe you've killed Dragon. If you can get this to work, then, he's gonna have a nice little lead if he makes this work.
MST heading back in the direction of Bubble Mountain. I wonder if he's gonna go back to East Meridia.
I don't. I mean, he's got 1 item he can search for. He could also. I know he also can do the Crystal Flash Clip, but I think for him it's more of a last resort.
And even though Farfelu
And that's
does,
it.
Yep, Farfelu does have the spring ball, but was using to bomb. This is strictly for timing purposes. He obviously feels more consistent doing it with bombs.
Everyone I've talked to says that it's easier to do with bombs and spring ball is not great for it anyway, so not really surprised.
Yeah.
I think MSC is just going to go straight back to criteria. Farfel, did he not save? Because he still needs another power bomb if he's going to try this again. And these guys are not exactly likely to drop those power bombs.
He saved before doing the. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Okay, there's the reset.
I think he was just checking for the cheeky chance of the power bomb drop.
Yeah, that's a reasonable thing to do. Like just in case you can get the lucky power bomb drop. We'll see if he goes for it again or if he gives up on this.
We have seen Chronic Boost door. I think.
MST checked all the entrances. I forget what the other ones were.
Yeah, I forget.
But we do still have an item in Red Burn Star. Could be right here. Or not. There's like 3 items in criteria. I'd really want to get back there if it were me.
Yeah, I would want to go back there too. I mean, I would think one of them is a convenience item. Probably maybe Charge Beam, Ice Beam, or Speed Booster.
Right now, Speed Booster or Ice Beam would be progression because it would get you to this area Farfelu is going for right now. But also, there's a bunch of entrances we haven't checked. Maybe front of Wreck Ship is looming. Granted, it's only one major item in Wreck Ship, but I mean, it's a major item. Could be something important.
Yep. Alright, unfortunately.
Oh, it's X-Ray.
Yeah.
X-Ray has our Red Burn Star major item. In logic, because we have Various Suit and plenty of E-Tanks and both bombs as well as high jump spring ball. So like options. Option of which bad way you want to do it.
Right.
The only thing we don't have is Ice Beam, which is also a bad way to do it, but
I'm sure it's fine. Alright, Farfelu decided to give up the time commitment to try and use a flash clip. I do agree with this decision. He's going to find a Spacer Beam here, a convenient refill. And MST is
going for lower Norfair.
This is...
Yeah, sure, why not?
This is a little bold. I think I'd still want to get the majors out of criteria, but if you can get a boss out of the way, why not?
Here's the thing, though. I mean, you've got plenty of supers. We got an item here. He could go... He could check from the back if or I shouldn't say from the back. He has choices how to get the GT if he wants to do the GT check. Taking that save means that if it's nothing, he can reset. With this being having various tweaks on, he could just go from the back and just plan on fighting GT. And then if it's nothing, you reset. Or you could skip it. We've seen all the dead ends. So this is going to take us through to something. He's going to go here.
Yeah, I have a speculation where it can go, but I've already cursed the runners once. So I'm not going to do that.
Well, this all happened 10 minutes ago. You can't curse him.
True. That's true. Yeah, we are on a 10-minute delay. Everything you're seeing now happened in 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's going to make a quick check here, see if the item's here. This location was very big in an earlier race today. It's just an E-Tank. I think he resets it, yes.
Yeah, yep.
E-Tank would be nice, but not worth the backtrack of having to kill... You'd have to kill GT, you'd have to refarm your supers in case it's Ridley over here. You'd have to get out. And yeah, farfelu's going back for this.
Wow, farfelu wants this. I have to admit, I am pretty surprised by this. I thought he would nope out of this.
I mean, gosh, if you can get it, I think we're still within range of it being a nice advantage if he does it, but the longer he takes on this, the less it's going to help him out.
Yep.
In the meantime, MST is just going to be progressing.
But I think I get farfelu's mindset here. He knows he has
Okay,
to
there it
win.
is. Yeah?
He has to win, so he might be thinking I just have to take a gamble and go for it.
Yeah, maybe. The thing is, though, I mean, MST is 5-1. But like even he would tell you he did not expect to be 5-1. Farfelu at 4-2. I would say he would, you know, going in, he was probably the favorite in this match. So, you know, maybe taking some of these unnecessary risks, not so great. Now he did get through, so it's probably still did it fast enough that this will be good. That this will work out well for him. Let's see if the item's here. It is not. So really nice to have Spring Ball in this spot. Certainly not needed here, but you know, this is one of the places where I think even MM2 would like having Spring Ball.
I'm pretty sure MM2 would still say no to that.
MSG, you had bombs. Why did you power bomb that? And now he has to be very careful getting out of here.
I guarantee he forgot he had bombs.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, use the Spring Ball well there to make sure that he could get out. You do not want to fall down that shaft there. You just have to loop around through worst room in the game again. There's nothing good to kill anything there except using up extra power bombs. It's just all sorts of bad news.
And shout outs to D-Web, our tracker today. Unfortunately, the bot is down. Trying to give a shout out to our runners. Please follow our runners. Twitch.tv/MST for Shy Guy and Twitch.tv/Farfelu. I don't remember how Farfelu spells.
I believe his L is replaced with the number 1.
Okay. That sounds right.
Okay, we're gonna find out our next 2 bosses very shortly.
Precious Super.
Extra super, yeah, you take those because you know, I mean, 34 missiles is plenty for a Ridley fight, but 39 missiles is better. Yeah. Take your okay, and we gotta. If this is Ridley at Meridia and Dragon at Ridley, it'd be kind of funny if they're hitting at the same time.
Yep. That means Crave is inside Wreck Ship, which means we have indeed a full boss shuffle.
Well, we don't know yet. we this could be created in Lower Warfare too, though.
It could.
But
be,
yeah,
it could be. Yeah, it could be. Yep.
But I think we do have a full boss shuffle because if it's Kraid here, then it's Dragon and Wreck Ship, and it's still full on. Yep. Everyone is in weird spots today. Okay, let's see if the LN item is here.
That'd be slightly rude for MST. Oh,
yeah, it's just a missile.
Okay. So the Lower Warfare item is either at Fireflea's Hot Ruby missile or jail or warehouse.
Yeah, it's one of the exit items, and MST's going to go buy all of them, so that's not going to be hard for him to get. He's going to farm up a little bit here. He does not know this isn't Ridley. And frankly, if it's Dragon, you want to have a good amount of ammo anyway for this fight, because we don't have anything else to use to kill her.
I was listening to locations, I didn't realize how many items we still had left down here. I'm like, oh, we only have like 1 or 2. Nope, there's 4.
And we found most of the biggies, but yeah.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see if this is Dragon. This is would be a nice advantage for MST. If this is Kraid, then he'll still need to find something to get through to Botwoon.
So chat pointed out something in my RBO days. You want the Zebos to drop ammo, and they're just getting health. And like, thanks for nothing, Zebos here.
Okay, he's gonna go in now. Yeah, 30 supers is plenty.
Oh, that's
and this won't be Ridley anyway.
Yep.
It's Kraid.
One vanilla boss today.
No. Fantoon was at Kraid.
Yep.
Kraid at Lower Norfair. Ridley at Meridia. And now Lee Dragon at Rick Ship.
Oh, yeah. No
So
vanilla.
it's, yeah, 0 vanilla bosses.
I was thinking for some reason Dragon was vanilla. It's obviously not the case.
Might be an E-Tank. I guess you check this. And you still don't have charge beam, so ammo's good.
Yep.
Oh, no, he didn't check it. I was backwards, because Kraid is backwards from where what Ridley would be.
I guess he decided the door transitions weren't worth the time investment.
Guess not. So I suspect this will be Farfelu going and doing LN right now.
He will discover the main route. And...
Oh, maybe he'll yeah, he might go for this. There are still 3 items here.
We have a lot of criteria to check. We have all of Gauntlet, we have Landing Site, we have Billy Mays.
No, just one item. Okay, he's just gonna grab the one item and leave.
I wonder if Farfelu is thinking that the majors are just beams, and he's almost in ammo go. Maybe that's why he's not thinking.
Yeah, I mean, that's not what MSD wants. Those reserve tanks trolling. MSD famous or maybe infamous for his hatred of reserve tanks.
I'm surprised he didn't take the time to super it.
He doesn't have time to do that.
True.
Okay, jail item is missiles. This is where if you're MST, you start thinking, is it just behind Ridley and I'm just not even going to get anything out of this trip down here? We know that's not the case, but it's going to be one of these last 2. Okay, it's going to be the last one.
Skipping the jail item. I think I agree. For just a missile, I think I agree with this.
Oh, no, you're not. Yeah, I mean, I like to pick up on-path missiles as much as I can until charge beam or until, charge and ice. Ice because I can't do speed zap skip.
No, that's not
I mean,
major.
not what you wanted. But it's major and you take it, I guess. Like, that'll be a very quick Dragon kill when he gets there.
Oh, he's only got 3 hits of leeway here. He's got to be careful of these key hunters. It's one.
Oh my god. Oh, no!
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
That is bad.
Where
When's
is
the
his
last-
last save? Does he have a save recently? Oh, okay, he saved before he did all the GT stuff.
Okay. But that means he
Yes.
has to go back. He has to
Yeah.
go back and get the crate kill.
That Spazer beam does kill the key hunters after a whole lot of shots. There's some people in chat that might actually know the number. I don't feel like doing the calculations right now.
I forget how much-
Spazer does like half damage on key hunters, and like you're already doing, what is Spazer?
Question in chat: could he have supered them? Yes. He
Didn't have did he have enough supers for all of them? He could have definitely used some supers, yeah, to make it a little safer.
90
And
shots.
90 shots.
Ooh.
A lot. Yeah, a lot is the correct number.
He had enough to kill
Is
these
Spazer only 20? No, I guess because it's half. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
MSC just gonna go through, do this again. He doesn't want to have to come back ever. But now, Farfelu definitely taking a lead from this because Farfelu's in the same room, but he's already got Ridley down from Meridia.
Oh, amphitheater is a pretty dangerous room, even under these low health conditions. With
Oh
weapons.
yeah, I mean, worst room in the game is worst room in the game, but this is the room that used to scare me when I played this game back in the day, because if you're playing this casually, you probably have every item you could possibly want by the time you're going through worst room. It's not so worst room.
And farfelu may be feeling the pressure from the time commitment, is skipping all of the left side of Warring Warfare, including Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing he needs at this point. Oh my god, MST, don't die here on spikes. I think he wanted to farm those power bombs. He doesn't really need to. He's got regular bombs.
I think
So he only needs like 2 to get out.
Well, he knows that the power bombs are at power bombs of shame. I'm thinking this is a crystal flash opportunity that he's farming up for.
Yeah, but he's got to get there first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, you know, isn't that bad. I mean, I've seen runners have issues getting from the save room to through the wasteland area, but MST shouldn't have that kind of trouble. Of course, running into key hunters doesn't help.
Yep, that's 50 health, even with full 6. That's,
Yep. So still gonna have to be careful. The Skigas will yeah, this is not good.
Oh, those Disgigas are in a bad spot.
Okay, I think he's fine now. Just go, yeah.
Well, now he's out of
Okay,
missiles.
now he doesn't have... So much for the Crystal Flash. Could have used some supers instead, and this time he wasn't going to need to farm supers because he knows this is Craig.
Well, now he's got to be careful because those spikes will do exactly how much health he has left.
Yeah, no, don't KO, please.
And just a power bomb at Kraid.
I wonder what farfelu... I guess he was still looking for missiles and supers. 30-50. 2 more missiles, 2 more supers, and he'd be at that so-called bare minimum 40-60. Obviously, that includes refilling after doors and such.
Misty getting no missile drops from the pirates.
So yeah, I mean, he doesn't really need to farm up because, I mean, it's great, but
he is almost in health bomb range now. Oh,
yeah.
boy. MST is now probably feeling the pressure though, because he knows how much time he lost from that death.
And this time, yeah, not so great a Kraid this time. Meanwhile, farfelu is already gone and done Kraid and is on his way out. Of course, he's also got to be careful, these key hunters.
And now he is 1 hit away from death.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it wouldn't be a bad idea for him to do the same thing and go ahead and farm a couple of power bombs here and do a crystal flash. He's gonna check this item. It's just the reserve tank, which unfortunately is not very useful.
Farfelu trying to abuse the iframes from the enemies. Enemies give you a full, I think, 60 frames of iframes. Spikes only give it like 30, 40, something like that. It's not nearly as much. And just takes less damage from the enemy contact overall. So I do like that the heads-up play by Farfelu there. I'm getting no sound effects. Are we on background music? Oh no, there we go.
Oh, no, I got it. It's farfelu's.
I wonder
audio.
I wonder if Crystal Flash in Firefleet does that.
I didn't even notice. We'll see if farfelu even checks this. I guess he checks this for hoping for the minor. 'Cause he didn't. You know, to his mind, the major could have just been GT. We know it's not.
Yep.
We'll grab this grapple beam. He, again, hasn't killed Dragon yet, so this is a very quick way to kill Dragon using that grapple beam.
All right, MST is in the danger zone.
Yeah, he needs a missile. Is what he needs. Gonna take this save. But this is a really nasty save to take because the key hunters tend to line up in a way that getting out of the save room is not easy.
And
honestly, I would use supers here. Trade a super, hopefully for a missile drop.
Yep, I would.
Because this is a lot of as we discussed previously. This is a lot of shots.
He has plenty of supers to do this with. And we do find the other end of Green Bryn at the other end of Lower North.
Yeah, we can maybe find that other item here. I mean, farfelu is really close to just having all the ammo he could possibly need. Oh my god, MST, please.
He's in health bomb range. He needs a missile drop. And I don't know if anything drops missiles here.
No, you're not getting missiles here. You're getting power bombs and you're getting health. And the reserve tank ain't gonna help you.
Yep.
And meanwhile, farfelu gets another super pack and is at 40-60. Probably gonna want a few extras for a little bit of leeway, but can go in with this amount.
Oh, if MST can get to Hot Ruby Missile, he will have enough to Crystal Flash.
There it is.
So now he can Crystal Flash. I think he just takes...
He needs to take another hit.
Yep. I think he just does that. And just Crystal Flashes and tanks the Key Hunters. That'd be my guess. Oh, there's our item.
Oh, that's my favorite item. That'll make movement better. There we go. So at this point, farfelu just needs a way into wreck ship.
And we have all of West Meridia to explore yet. We haven't even found... Actually,
I don't think we've seen any of West Meridia.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I wonder if some of West Meridia connects to itself.
I would think at least one of them has to.
We have lots of criteria entrances we haven't seen yet.
Yep.
Farfelu demonstrating the usefulness of grapple beam here. Grapple beam is really good on Meridia enemies like those crabs.
I was wondering why he was going back. Yeah, he has no power bombs.
Yeah, I think that may be right. This might just be the moat that we don't. Okay, there we go. Now the crab's giving us the power bombs that we need. $40.65 and make this ammo amount much more comfy.
There's West Meridia with nothing.
Yeah, I mean, not a huge surprise. I mean, what do we even have left? We have the 4 beams, screw attack, speed. Those are our leftover items.
Yep.
We know there's an item in wreck ship. There's 3 in criteria. And I don't think we had never got the East Meridia item. So there you go. Those are your 5.
Yep.
5 missing items. Thanks, West Meridia. Yeah, I'm not surprised we got a little bit of looping on itself here.
Question in chat, why was there a safe station there? Actually, Area Rando in the Varia Randomizer adds a few safe stations.
Yeah, it does.
There's one at the Aqueduct door in West Meridia, and there's one in the...
There's one in Main Street. Yeah, I think that's the one they were referring to.
Yep. That's the one I couldn't think of the name of the room. Safety saves, just in case the area transition is bad. And etc., etc.
Yeah, I think they're especially there. They're also there for the random start. They're there, I think they're there in random start and in area, because there's some we didn't put any of the Meridia random starts in, but those are a thing that could have been put in. One of the random starts, I kind of like the one that's at Mama Turtle, but there's also the Aqueduct one is absolute trash. The one at Watering Hole is even worse.
So MST does not know where this last major is in Greenbryn. Is checking Critter Power Bomb.
Wait, where was the last? I thought it was it. Oh,
charging,
okay.
I thought.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think.
What's the only thing he has last? Like I was thinking it was at the early supers, but here's the difference. MSD still needs something through Botwoon Hallway, or still wants something through Botwoon Hallway. Of course, doesn't actually need it, but he doesn't know that because like this right here is your access. This could also be the major.
Like the grapple in Wasteland would kind of hint Shack Pool, but our runners are not going to check Shack Pool today under any circumstances.
Nope. Yeah, I think MSD would do the Crystal Flash clip before he would do Shack Pool. But he won't need to, because if he just goes direct ship, he'll just kill Dragon and be able to go around. And there's why we pick up Grapple Beam, because when Dragon's not dead.
Farfelu doesn't even care if he'll check the item.
Not gonna, yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't need it. Like at this, oh, he's okay.
Oh.
No, he still doesn't need it, but just a knee tank.
Yep.
Like,
it's useless at this point. He's not going to do stand up.
I mean, I suppose charge would be the most useful thing because it would guard against a potential soft lock. But with this ammo, he shouldn't have to worry about that. Ice would actually be the most useful thing because ice would allow you to zeb skip. Because you know what? Ooh, yeah, you know you pick up a few more missiles because you don't have zeb skip. Because he's not going to want to use his supers for zeb skip. So extra missiles, 45 missiles is enough that you could shoot out all the zebs, go back refill, and just refill once.
Then that way he still has a few extra missiles and supers to spare from
Okay.
With super
4570 now? Yeah, I think he should be fine. Yep. We'll see if he picks up any others. Like maybe you check the I mean, I don't know if he's gonna follow where this. I feel like this probably just has to loop right back onto West Meridia. I'm not sure what else we haven't seen. Although this could just, you know what? This maybe just connect to East Meridia. Now that I think about it.
I think. Well, we haven't seen.
We definitely haven't seen that.
Yeah, we haven't seen the other side of the Aqueduct Door and Forgotten Highway. I think those are the last two.
So a touch of the light area. Oh, there's the other side of Wreck Ship. So where is this gonna go? I guess another West Meridia? MSG taking this will be good for him because he'll get his Dragon kill and won't need to worry about picking up anything else.
Yep.
Also probably wants a few more missiles because again, no Zeb skip.
And the best news, it renders Crystal Flash Clip moot, although...
Not really. I mean, in the sense of he doesn't need to do it. But in the sense of Farfelu pulling it off and just gave him a big lead. Now, if MST doesn't take that death trying to leave Lower Norfair, then, you know, we might still have a race here, but that just put him so far back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right now, we're looking at Farfelu's race at this point.
Yeah,
Farfelu,
for sure.
If it continues the way it does, Farfelu will win, will advance to 5-2, gets his spot in the play-in race. MST with the loss drops to 5-2. Was already in the play-in race, but
at
now
worst.
just has to worry about the play-in race.
Yeah. I mean, this match means far more for Farfelu. because he's the one that would be out if he lost, whereas MST, in worst case, is play-in race. Now, play-in race is going to be interesting because it's going to be a lot of spots for a lot of people. We can't really do the math on it yet because this match has to be completed, and the 7061 match that'll be happening Saturday night between Nevdi and Zeb will have some bearing on the number of spots and the number of people. But once those matches have been done, we'll be able to say exactly how many spots for how many people for how many spots.
And farfelu is right next to GT.
Yep. I guess we saw that transition from the back of Wreck Ship and Green Brinstar earlier. I think we saw that at the very beginning when they were trying to figure out where exactly they were supposed to go. Or maybe not. No, that can't have been right. Oh, right. It was Moat was to the back of Wreck Ship, I guess.
Okay.
No, it was. Oh my god, I don't remember. But it's in the general vicinity to get back to Green Brinstar.
Yep.
Because that entrance was criteria.
How many doors does farfelu pre-open? I would say he probably opens the first one for sure.
Honestly, he's gonna have to do some interesting math here. So with 45 missiles, again, he can kill. If he shoots all the Zebs optimally, he could kill them all at once, go back and refill. But we do have 10 extra supers, so he could choose to use up some of his supers there too. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how he decides to do this. It's so tough because he's got. I mean, if he feels like he has a decent lead, he can take a little bit more time and be a little more safe. Which we know he can afford to do, but he doesn't know that. Like, for all he knows, Ice Beam was in a really easy spot, and MSC has it, and is also in Turian.
Yep, and considering how kind of sort of the layout of the areas were and how kind of free the seed was, farfelu, you know, the nerves might be setting in, like, you know, my opponent could be finishing at any point. I have got to get the afterburners going. He's got to go.
Yeah, I think I agree with what Maniacal says. Just to, you know, kill Zeb if you can. This is where having a reserve would be really nice. Because if you have a reserve, then once you get past Baby, I mean, he could just get Baby Skip here. You don't need Speed Booster to get Baby Skip. It does make it more difficult. If he has to refill all his health, it's extra time. What would be really nice if you could, you know, not have to refill your health and just do one big refill for missiles and energy. And not even to go for Baby Skip.
Considering how low on health he was in the first place, I agree with the call. He only had one tank plus change, so I think I agree with that call.
Yeah, I think this is fine. See how many again. So he's gonna missile that door before doing this first refill, but he's gonna have to. I think he's gonna have to do extra refills because of the Zebs.
And MST in the Forgotten Highway, I believe he only has one boss left.
Yeah, he just has to get. Yeah, he just did Dragon, so he just has to get to Ridley in Meridia.
Yep.
Using a super here, which is okay, and it's the same amount of damage as. Yeah, then switches to missiles here. I think I would have just gone with missiles in both. Let's see how many. Yeah, so we're gonna missile down a Zeb. Missile another one. He's got enough ammo to do one more. Okay, and gonna refill now. Yeah, this should be fine now. If he shouldn't have to come back twice. He should only have to come back once.
Yep. And could just choose to do the missile super strat on the Zeb, but that still gives him plenty.
Yeah, this should be fine. I think he's done a good job managing his ammo for this situation. Steve, meanwhile, about to fight Ridley. We'll grab this extra super pack because he's gonna have the same issue with 20 supers, 20 supers beyond the 60. He should have a slightly easier time doing this. Yeah, this is plenty. Okay, so he's got 6 supers to spare, plus 5 missiles, which would amount to just under 2 supers, so really 1. So he can miss 7 supers before he's in trouble.
And nice Ridley kill by MST. That is the unofficial sign that this race is over. There's still the possibility of really bad onion ring RNG, and farfelu could like get iframed, but
yeah, there's really nothing. I mean, no one dies in the escape.
Exactly.
It just doesn't happen.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I think it's a wise move to pick up the missiles there. That's just more leeway.
I mean, it's hard to... Well, I guess it's not that hard to skip those on the way back. But yeah. Chat bringing up a good point. If MSC doesn't take that death, I still think farfelu gained enough time by getting that early Meridia play done. I think he still would have been in the lead, but it would have been a lot closer.
This would have been not exactly a photo finish, but I think this would have been with like a minute and a half of each other.
Yeah, I think so.
If not for that death.
I mean, it was a slow and lower Norfolk to begin with. So having to do it twice just made it that much more difficult.
Now, if he had taken the safety save next to Ridley on his way down, that's obviously less it's more impactful in the fact that he just has less to backtrack. But I think it still wouldn't have been enough.
Right, there goes down Mother Brain 2, or Mother Brain 3, in fact. Yeah, D-Web, our tracker, saying he wants to see how free the other good mages are. I'm going to be really curious to see where all these items are. I mean, we know 3 of them are in criteria. I'm willing to bet the East Meridia item wasn't free, because sandpits aren't free. Plasma's not free. Shackle certainly is not free.
Yeah, but I would say one of them there's 3 items in Gauntlet. I would have said probably one of them was there.
Yeah, criteria is kind of weird because the items are really spread out. You have like a dense area in Blue Burn, and then everything else is just really spread out. And we never really checked most of those areas because we couldn't early.
No bombs, and the runners just decided not to commit to going back to them.
Yep. And of course, you have to do the escape the slow way because no speed booster. Nice wall jump climb. Like MSG's gonna get to Meridia just as farfelu is gonna finish this. And farfelu finishing in first place with an official race time of 1:04:34. Stays alive into the play-in race. MST also still alive into the play-in race. Both runners coming out of this at 4-2. GG's to farfelu.
GG's to farfelu. Let's see if we can get him in here for an interview.
While we're waiting for that, we can watch MST in his Turian.
Having to spend 4 power bombs, but gets a power bomb drop. Nebdy in chat saying MST lost exactly 9 minutes on his second run through Lower Norfair and also had less ammo due to fewer checks.
It's like farfelu's gonna join us.
So if that is indeed accurate, and I trust Nebdy's number here, that actually does fit that minute and a half that I was thinking.
Yeah, it's about how I think that's about right. And we do have farfelu joining us. GG's farfelu.
Thanks, GG to MST.
So I guess the big question is, and I think the thing that gave you a nice little cushion. How committed were you to that Crystal Flash clip to do Meridia early?
Oh, 100%. I was. I'm stubborn, and I was going to do it until I get it.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that you got. I mean, it wasn't quick, so I had to have you a little bit worried. What you didn't know is MST was going through Lower Norfair, having his own issues. It took a death late in that part with a save pretty far back, and we think you would have still been ahead. Nevdy's done some calculations to that extent. Would have been awfully tight. But yeah, that worked out really well for you getting that Crystal Flash clip.
So charge
I
beam
was a bit worried. Sorry, go ahead.
Charge beam was at X-ray, wave was at spring ball, plasma was at gravity suit. So the 3 majors in criteria.
Ice was in criteria. It looks like.
Yeah. So the 3 majors that were in criteria. At any point, did you consider maybe you have to go back from those?
Yes. Actually, I considered for a long time going back there, but there were so many supers on the way. I think when I was about 50, 55, I just I changed my mind and decided to go only with ammo and not clear criteria. But
yeah, the thing that would have been most useful, it looked like Ice Beam was at 230.
Yeah, first I just considered Mother Brain Field, but yeah, I realized a bit late I don't have any Z skip or anything to make Torian fast. But with 40, 45 and 70 supers, at least it was only 1 refill. So I think it's even better to just skip criteria and go like this, because you don't know where the stuff can be and how much time you will take to get that. So
we were talking about criteria, such a big area with items so spread out. We'll go ahead and mark.
No power bomb in the first
and no power bombs until very late. It was suggested that the intended power bombs might have actually been Spore Spawn, but neither of you ever went back for those. So that would have been a commitment. I did go ahead and mark MST as done, so he can come and join us anytime he wants. Spoilers, he does finish.
Yep. We'll give you the time when we get that far. And MST hit a lot of the tank. Is gonna go back and take the safety refill. I think it's a heads up play there. Oh, hello MST.
I can't believe.
Speaking of
Grayson,
which,
what the heck?
what do you mean? What the heck? It's not my fault that you died leaving Lower Norfair.
No.
To be fair, we
was
think you
supposed to
still
work
would have been
out
about
there.
a minute and a half behind, but
Kind of figured this seed was not working in my favor, so
yeah, one of the things that would have helped you out a lot is if Dragon had been the Lower Norfair boss. Farfelu decided to commit early to Crystal Flash to Meridia boss.
I was heavily considering that. If I had had the ammo right then to do it, I would have. Because I believe I already had the supers to deal with any boss that was there. So
I think it was impossible not to have the supers. They were everywhere this seed.
Yeah, they were
everything was a super.
yep.
Although D-Web, our tracker in chat real quick, said the credits said high jump E-Tank power bombs were the intended first pack.
No, I didn't even go.
Well, that's interesting because so the seed wanted you to go through Cathedral to high jump boots, even though there was an easier pack either at the one that Farfelu got, which was at Croc Escape with the high jump springball jump, or the one that you got MST over in Bubble Mountain. So okay, whatever.
Or even the one in Cathedral itself.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we don't really want to talk about Cathedral first power bombs in Cathedral. There's a reason why we
Seen
don't
enough of
roll
those.
slowest seeds anymore, and that is not the only reason. But that was a reason.
Overall, pretty fun seed though. At least as far as the connectors go, it was not exactly friendly. Started out pretty interesting.
Tracy mentioned this a couple times during the race. It felt more like light area than actual area.
Yeah, at times, yeah, because you had the Kraid and Croc were both off Upper Norfair. East Meridia was off. I want to say East Meridia was off of. Is that right? No, maybe it was Wreck Ship. I don't remember. It was the dead ends more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like I guess it was mostly Upper North because there was also a Lower Norfair off of Upper.
East Meridia was off Wreck Ship, so there.
Yeah, there you go. That's the other one.
So.
Yeah, and there's a funny one, West Meridia connecting to itself. That was kind of Farfelu when you were looking for your Wreck Ship entry. That was kind of fun.
Well, it took 2 connections off my list in one go, so
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and I was hoping for Wreck Ship Front, at least to be one in the 3 West Meridia that I had, but yeah, apparently it was. Oh yeah, it was connecting to East Meridia. Yeah, like like a light area.
yep. Yeah, as far as the area shuffling went, it was pretty linear with. It seemed like with what it wanted you to do. I mean, the logic wanted you to go stupid places, but realistically, it was pretty linear.
Yeah.
I actually forgot to ask you guys this before the race started. MST, I already know your answer, so I'm gonna ask Farfelu. Farfelu, what was the starting area you would have hoped you would have gotten for this seed?
Maybe criteria, the old boring criteria, because I did not practice enough.
Oh, imagine having your playoff life on the line and not practicing. Oh, that's funny. It worked out anyway.
Yep.
Well, I don't know MST's answer, so, and I'm sure chat would love to hear it.
It's
Go
definitely
ahead.
Lower Norfair.
Wait, which Norfair?
Lower Norfair.
Okay, there you go. I thought so.
It's a full
Lower Norfair.
rando, and it gets at least 3 major items all the way right away.
Yeah, it's true. You hope for plasma or screw attack there, although it could be ice or space or.
Yeah, of everything, I do not like Green Burn Star starts. Especially with the way this.
This one was
with
kind of
the area
dumb.
Was,
I'm trying
Like
to still try
you
to figure out
started
what
in
the lot
you
was.
started
Trying
in
to
Green
get-
Bryn Star, and you couldn't go because you were in the pink. You were actually in Pink Bryn Star, but because you didn't get any kind of explosives, your only choice was to go to the right with those super missiles, and then you just get Various soon, we're just like, well, okay, and now what? And then one of the connectors went to Turian, so like, okay, I guess we're forced to go this way.
Pretty interesting overall, though.
Okay, so now you're both
Yeah,
going to be playing in the play-in race. Thoughts?
You know, I figured I'd be nice to Farfelu this week. Let him get one more race in.
Farfelu?
Well, this tournament was not easy on me for all the 7 weeks, so I guess I don't have any expectations.
Well, it's going to be a lot of people for a lot of spots, so I think only a few people are not going to get in, but we won't know the numbers for sure until Zeb and Nevdi play on Saturday night. But any mode that either one of you would like in particular is going to be drawn at random right before the race.
Okay, well, Shuzo Light could be interesting.
I'm sure MSD will disagree because I know that's not his favorite.
My goodness, I don't want to hear anything about Chozo.
And just to make it official, there's the finish, MST. Race time of 1 hour, 15 minutes, 26 seconds.
GG's.
Thanks.
Well, both of you did what you needed to do. You got to this point. You gave yourself your chance. Now you just move forward from here. So, Farfelu, how do you like your chances in the play-in race? I have a feeling you feel pretty good about this, regardless of what mode you draw.
Yes, like Chrissy said, I don't know the exact number, but it feels like it's going to be a 10 people race with maybe 7 or 8 can move forward. So I don't know. I think the odds are good. I don't want to have so high expectations, but I'm just very glad to be not out of the tournament yet and at least try the tiebreaker race.
And MST, same question. How do you like your chances going into this play-in race?
As far as the play-in race goes, I feel like I can not avoid last place. So I feel all right about that. I'm just happy to be here. I know you knew already. I expected my total win cap to be somewhere around 3 wins this tournament. And I'm already well past that, so I'm pretty happy with it, no matter what the outcome.
So you're playing on house money a little bit, huh?
I didn't catch this the first time on Farflu's credits. Apparently, 28 supers were placed, which doesn't surprise me with how many we saw.
Yeah, we saw quite a few of those. But yeah, anything else either one of you want to add before we close this out?
Give me a Rinka seed.
Yeah, I know you love your Rinka seeds. Farfelu?
No, nothing else. Just thank you for doing comms again, Tracy and Leno. I think D-Web on tracking. Thank you, and thank you for this tournament. So I hope I can keep going and see you in the tiebreaker race.
All right. Hey, thanks, guys. We do have more SM today. Finishing out week 7. Right now, over on Speed Gaming 6 is Sasho Boss versus Scottroid. And at 10 o'clock, we have Iron Rusty versus Junie June. That'll be right here on Speed Gaming Main. So be sure to tune in for those races. Lots of races on the schedule for tomorrow. Don't know what all is going to get restreamed. So definitely keep an eye on that schedule to see what races are going to be on. As we finish MSC's tracker. That's pretty much going to do it for us. I'd like to thank everybody, our runners, Farfelu and MST. Go ahead and follow them. Looks like our bot's back. Lenifis, always a pleasure. And of course, D-Web, our trackers. Trackers always the MVPs. We couldn't do it without them. Big shout outs to D-Web. He's tracked a lot of races. Our trackers have been really stepped up this tournament. We've had a lot of really good ones, some new people too. So big shout outs to D-Web and all the other trackers from this tournament. Leno, why don't you go ahead and close us out?
Absolutely. Tracy, it has been a pleasure. MST Farfelu, thanks for putting on this fantastic race. Chat, we will see you next mission. Take care.
All right, everybody. So here we go. That's the end of the Swiss rounds. Farfelu takes this one from me, so we both end up with a 5-2 record. And honestly, after this, there's not a lot more to say about the Swiss rounds. I am absolutely ecstatic. Like I said in the interview, I thought my cap was 3 wins in this tournament. And, I thought maybe if somebody had a really bad day, I might get to 4 wins. I ended up with 5. I just go straight to the play-in, even with this loss. I was playing for a spot in the playoffs, and this tournament started with 82 players. And out of those 82, I am maybe 80th in terms of execution. I am not that great of a Super Metroid player. I know you might see me pull off tricks and whatever. You might see me do something like early X-ray, things that maybe look difficult or are hard, whatever. That does not make me good at execution. That just means I know a trick. Execution, where it really separates players, is not so much in the tricks they can do, although that is part of it. It's more so in just the general movement. You can easily tell a difference between, somebody like Cutie, a real cutie, plays against me. The movement is not even comparable. Cutie just destroys me. And in general, so, I'm at a disadvantage from other runners based on movement through basically every match. So in general, I have to make up the difference by being good at the rando part, making good decisions. And for the most part, I think I do that. But in Super, there are a lot of players that are good at both. First of all, they're better than me in execution, and they're also really good at rando. Farfelu is one of them. Farfelu may not be the absolute top tier SM player as far as execution goes, but he is also really, really good at randomizer, and making good decisions. And yeah, in this seed, doing that Crystal Flash clip, I would have absolutely done that had I gone to high jump and got that 3rd power bomb. Objectively, that was just the correct choice in this seed if you can do that trick. Yeah, and it just made things work out better. Plus, I had the death in escaping the 3 Musketeers. I have almost zero practice doing 3 Musketeers like that, so I went for it. I had 3 hits. I was expecting my goal was get hit by the first cannon, not get hit by the second, and that would give me 2 hits to get through that 3rd and final one. Obviously, it did not quite work out like that. I got hit by the second, and then I panicked, and when I should have just went for it, I decided to go back down and try and Crystal Flash, and that ended up killing me. So good job, me. But no, even with that, like they said in the interview, Farfelu was still gonna be ahead. Even with the trouble with the Crystal Flash clip he had at first, doing that in the seed was just the best choice you could have made in that spot. So GG's to Farfelu. Yeah, so the next thing that happened was the play-in race. There won't be a video of this up on the channel. There was a bunch of people involved. I believe there was 12 people in the race, and then there was 2 or 3 asyncs that had to be done. Everybody did run the same seed. The logic for it was Chozo, the week 6 logic, so Chozo, light area, boss shuffle. So again, I was not happy about that, but I ended up finishing 8th in the play-in, which did get me into the playoffs. And yeah, so in the play-in, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us who finished within 2 minutes. A0 beat me by 4 seconds. He finished 7th. I got 8th. And then Bressingham finished 2 seconds behind me. So there's 3 of us within 6 seconds in that 2-minute window. And actually, the placement of those 3 was actually really important. I'm not happy that I got where I got. I actually would have rather Bressingham beat me than, you know, me beat Bressingham here. Because Bressingham, I believe, drew Azure in the round of 16 in the playoffs. I drew Zeb. You heard Zeb commentate one of my matches earlier if you've been watching these. And the reason here is, so Zeb was in this play, and Zeb won the play-in game. First of all, he finished with a 54-13. My time was a 101-29. And I thought I did fairly well. And I lose by 6 minutes here, but 7 minutes. So yeah, I ended up drawing Zeb. And even though Zeb was in the play-in and Azure went straight to the playoffs, I would have rather have faced Azure because I am more familiar with Azure. Like, in practice against him, he beats me all the time. Like, I'm nowhere near the same player that I am. I'm nowhere near the same player that he is. There, let me correct that. I am the player I am. I'm just more familiar with Azure. I would have felt more comfortable with that. Like, Azure just beats me 99 out of 100 times, and that one time I beat him is probably because his power went out. Zeb beats Azure sometimes. Like, I don't know what their actual record is, but I think it's somewhere around like 500, where they're each kind of about even. So yeah, Zeb scares me. I'm not nearly as familiar with him. I've seen him beat Azure before. Azure, I don't know. Really don't know what their record is against each other. Azure probably has a better win ratio against Zeb, but, you know, Zeb has a win ratio against Azure, whereas I don't. Yeah, no, I just find that, you know, I am not nearly as familiar with Zeb. I kind of understand Azure's, you know, play much better because I play against him and I've watched him a lot. So yeah, Zeb really scares me. But you know what? Because of where I placed in this group of 3, I drew Zeb, and so that'll be the first match I get in the playoffs. No expectations here again. I'm expecting, so the format for the playoffs is, you know, top 16 are in. It's best of 3, and the players partially get to choose the logic for the races. So players get to choose between any of the first 7 weeks in the Swiss. They get to pick, you know, whatever logic. Then the other player gets to pick whatever logic. And if there's a third race, then it's a random number is given, basically, for which logic is used. And that's just rolled by a bot. And the first one that comes up that isn't one of the weeks the players picked is the one that gets chosen. So say, you know, player 1 picks week 1, player 2 picks week 2. Then the bot, if it rolls a 5, that's the logic that gets run. If it rolls a 2, you have to reroll. So that's kind of how it works. And there is actually some strategy for the good players who actually expect to do something in here. There is strategy involved here, because what you pick in the first 2 or 3 rounds, if you advance that far, you can't repeat your pick. So say, you know, Zeb picks week 1, whatever. He can't, in the next round, pick week 1. Week 1 is eliminated from his pool. So then he's limited to picking any of the other 6. And then if he advances again, you know, if he picks week 2 the next time, then he can't pick week 1 or 2. If it goes to 3, it could still roll that as random, and that's fine. Or his opponent could pick that logic, and that's fine. But the player who picked it can no longer pick it. That only changes in the finals when it resets. But yeah, I have no designs on that, so I'm just going to end up picking a logic. And you know what? We'll actually save my strategy for that, for the start of that. But yeah, you know, I mean, amazingly successful tournament for me right now. Again, not expecting to do anything, you know, expecting 3 wins. And you know what? I'm in the top 16 of the whole tournament. I'm in the playoffs. So, you know, absolutely amazing for me. You know, I'm really, really proud of this accomplishment. just making it to this point. So anyway, I've probably rambled on enough now. So thanks for watching. We will see you for the first match in the best of 3 versus next time.